Pleased to be joined with Jaguars linebacker, and as we were just discussing off air, newly married Chad Muma. Chad, how you doing? Congrats on the nuptials.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah, newly married, so getting used to that life, having a wife and doing all of that. But, excited for the season now. Got married June 30th, and now we're rolling into the season, so ready to go.
You're just telling me trained a little bit here, trained a little bit back in Colorado where you're from. Describe your training this offseason comparatively to a year ago.
Yeah, I think last offseason what I was doing was, I was getting my lifts in, but, this year I really focused on, parts that were kind of hurting me last year. Last year in training camp I had some, tendonitis stuff that I was acting with, so I really focused on that this offseason. And, I really focused on my running portion as well and just making sure that my legs feel good, coming into camp. And, I really feel like I took the extra work this off season. I was, once I got my lift done, then I was doing extra work what I needed to get done. So, I took a, more aggressive look on this off season to really work myself.
I think that's been a consistent refrain from everybody we've talked to. Everybody's done that little 1/8 extra, that little 1/10 extra. Conversations as a group before you headed out into the off season back in January, did that maybe fuel this extra effort from everybody?
Oh, it really did. I think, everyone left the offseason in a bad taste, and it's still here. We haven't played a game yet, so everyone still feels that. And I think that's why everyone's working so hard to, this offseason and now coming in training camp, Coach Peterson's even working us a little bit harder out there and switching our schedule up a little bit. And so it's good work, and it's what we need.
4-3 means, I'm assuming that means we may be seeing a little bit more of you out there. Big picture, Ryan Nielsen, what's the biggest difference that he's brought into this building?
I'd say it's attack and aggressive. We talk about it, we preach it all the time, and he's really bringing that mindset to the defense. We talk about it in our meeting room every single day. How are we attacking this rep? How are we winning the pre-snap? And it's a lot more attention to detail, and I think it's great, and it's really holding guys accountable to what we need to do out there.
With him in particular, is it the hands-on teaching? Is that something that you just look at and you're like, that's what I want in my defense coordinator?
No, it really is. When I'm, working that outside linebacker position a little bit, he's hands-on. He's getting in there. He's pushing you a little bit, so you want to push him back a little bit, and it's great work. And, I'm really thankful that he's able to, step in there and show us, exactly what he's trying to get out of us.
We haven't really gotten to know Matt House all that much. We talked to him, of course, when the Jags drafted not one, not two, but three LSU guys, 2 on defense. What is it about Matt that maybe is different than other coaches you've had before?
Yeah, I think, Matt, he's a great coach. He gets super aggressive, and he's super locked in on the details as well. And so if we mess up, he's holding us accountable, and he's making sure that we get the corrections that we need. And he's, making sure every single rep, he says, if you're not, taking that rep 100%, you're getting worse. So you got to get better every single rep, even in walkthroughs when you're doing your steps. And I think that he's done a great job helping us in our indie and also on the sideline, talking about what we see and what we need to do better.
How will your role be different this year?
Yeah, last year was a lot of special teams, so I'm hoping, and I'm trying to work to be more on the defense and have more of an influence on there. So, if I have that special teams, I love playing special teams, and I want to also make an impact on defense.
Forget it, Wyoming. You guys ran a 4-3 at Wyoming, right?
We did occasionally when it was that base package, yeah. So we would run a little 4-3 as well.
Okay, so a little familiarity, a little bit of a callback for you and Dewey.
Yes, no, it is a little bit. And, I like the 3 linebacker look, so yeah, I'm excited for it.
Absolutely. For you guys, these first few days of camp, I know Press kind of walked us through earlier. So much of it is you're trying to get stuff on tape so that you guys can bring it in to the classroom and you can watch it. Is it frustrating at times when things maybe look a little clunky because you're almost intentionally setting things up to be more difficult?
No, you are, and I think that's a great job on our coaches as well. They're showing us every single look that we could possibly get, and it's good because you need it when you have a new defense and you have a new coordinator in there, and you really got to talk through all the little adjustments that you could have during a play. And so being able to have that and work through it, it's frustrating a little bit. It gets you a little bit. You're like, damn, you just didn't want to have that play, but it's great work.
Yeah, the confidence part of it is what I'm so fascinated by, because it's got to be frustrating.
Oh yeah, it's frustrating, but you get that correction and then you're ready to roll the next day. You don't let it happen again. If you mess up or you get a mistake on that play, you wash it, learn from it, and you go on to the next one.
Last one from me, Chad. Emotionally, mentally, you enter year 3. Compare it to the previous 2 years. What's different about this year?
I just think I'm being more intentional about my body, especially just to stay healthy. I feel like I've been dealing, like I said, last year with a lot of tendonitis stuff, and so I'm really being really intentional off the field, and especially in the playbook. That's something that you always got to be intentional with. But, you know, running to the ball, you have Foy out there running every single time. He's pushing, motivating guys. So, you know, it's just being that. Also, someone else like that, you know, you're a little bit older. You got to show how to practice and how to play out there.
Chad, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mia.
Hey, Mia here, and thanks so much for watching 1010XL Jaguars. For even more coverage of the Big Cats, be sure to subscribe to 1010XL Jaguars.